Democratic Senators Amy Klobuchar and Smith helped to secure millions of dollars in federal funding for projects that will benefit the Northland. The projects included in the 2025 federal budget would invest in public infrastructure and childcare in both Duluth and Floodwood. Both senators say the range of projects aim to improve the quality of life for Minnesotans. Some of the projects in Duluth include $500,000 for repairs to the aerial lift bridge, $674,000 for Duluth's Lincoln Park restoration project, $1 million for Duluth to make improvements at the Lakewood water treatment plant, a project also backed by U.S. Representative Pete Stauber. Meantime, projects in Floodwood include $1.5 million for Floodwood's infrastructure, including upgrading water, storm, and sewer reconstruction projects, and $50,000 to operate Polar Cubs Child Care Center in Floodwood. These projects are expected to pass the Senate over the next several months.